Minnesota just made their best offseason move yet, as they've announced this afternoon that they're re-signing star rookie, Brandon's Rookie of the Year, Brock Faber, to an 8-year extension, and a lot of money headed to the young fella, as he's getting $8.5 per year on the $68 million year, and for a 21-year-old, he's getting paid, and I think it's a great deal. Brock was fantastic this season. We talked about him a few times. He was the only rookie in this year's class who stood a chance against Bedard. He tied second with Luke Hughes in rookie scoring with 47 points, slapping in 8 Genos, and he did it all while logging meaningful minutes on a team competing for a playoff spot. And before you come after me about Hughes, he was great offensively. I think we all know that, but he played some sheltered minutes and took a while to get going. And I think he's in for a big year too, with the Devils bringing Brett Pesce in, but in my opinion, Faber was the better pure D-man, and he filled in as pretty much a number one guy in year one. And I mean, yes, he could always regress, but so far he showed that he's the man. And at 8.5, this deal could be a steal if he's locking down that blue line for basically the next decade. And keep in mind, his contract doesn't start until 25-26. So yeah, it's just the start of his time with the Wild. And at 8.5, this contract will make him tied with Sergachev as the 13th highest paid D-man. He's slightly above the likes of Trouba. God, how much I wish I could swap Faber for Trouba on the Rangers, but just above him, John Carlson, Brent Burns, Owen Power, Miro Heiskanen. Heiskanen is probably the only one of those guys I want over Faber currently, but to me, it's right on par with what he'll be worth in a year's time. Pietrangelo, Dougie Hamilton, Cale Makar, and Roman Josi are above him, and I don't know, this certainly doesn't feel like an overpay. If he was getting up into Daryl Nurse territory or even Seth Jones territory, I don't think I'd mind, but I'm glad for Minnesota that he's not. And all this, plus a first-round pick from the Kings for Kevin Fiala, good shit, Minnesota. And about an hour after the Faber news dropped, Carolina came out with their own announcement. They've re-signed Martin Necas for 2 years at 6.5. Necas came back to earth after a big 22-23 year, but he's a solid 20-goal, 50-point scorer, plus a little extra juice ready in the tank, perhaps. Good little deal for the Canes, but this brings him straight to free agency, and I assume the Canes will look to move him either before he gets there to recover assets, or maybe they can work out something, but word on the web is that they've been taking a long, hard look at Ehlers, who would be interesting to see. Always like to talk about those Moosehead legends, but what do you think? Is Necas going to stay a Cane throughout his entirety of the deal, and do you like paying Faber, or is it too soon for you? I really like this trend of salary-savvy GMs doing the Jack Hughes thing and betting on a player in their rookie year when they get them at like a phenomenal guaranteed price, but maybe not quite as high as if they let that contract expire.